Don't miss in 26. Check out the highlights for New Comic Book Day April 22nd, 2026. DC continues several titles this week like Absolute Wonder Woman, Flash, and Harley Quinn. Marvel Comics releases the second part of this year's biggest crossover. Spider-Man Superman is here. Other releases include a new Star Wars adventure at Galaxy's Edge, Deadpool, and Wolverine. A battle-sharpened father rises from the dead to protect his daughter in Corpse Night #1. Headlopper returns this week with its brand of dark humor adventuring. Obsession, devotion and delusion team up in this new body horror tale titled, In Your Skin. Frankenstein New World releases a new mini called Speed of Darkness. Event Horizon's deep space horror continues in a new series called Inferno. And Diablo Dawn of Hatred premieres. Get what you want, and more, at iwantmorecomics.com.
It's Tuesday.
It is indeed.
Good thing there's only like 2 comics.
Yeah. Yeah. It is another one of those where, like, I have a lot of number ones, but not a ton, but I still think that we're going to need all the time we can use. So, welcome everybody to the Half Hour Hype. What this is a show about comic books that are going to be releasing tomorrow, but are available right now. You can actually pre-purchase your comics, beat the morning rush of New Comic Book Day, and pick them up right here in store or have them shipped to you. The way you do that is follow along with us at our website at iwantmorecomics.com. Click that shop button and go right to new release this week. It'll take you right directly to the page that Keith and I are going to be browsing through. We're going to do our best to show you the things we thought were pretty cool and kind of introduce you to a couple of new number ones. But do take some time and take a look and see if there's something that you particularly like, and make sure to pick it up before it sells out.
And as a reminder, something we haven't hit in a while, the filter section over here can help you out quite a bit.
Yes.
Turning around and seeing only the things that you care about. You can select by the different publishing companies here. You can select by credits like artist and cover artist and writer. You can select by cover themes, which I'm sure we'll hit 1 or 2 of those in this.
We will,
and
definitely.
crossover events. So, and even down to types of things like when you get into trade paperbacks, only want to see the manga, no problem. You can see what's in stock right there.
Absolutely. We have a few number ones to go over. I figure we'll save the big bad for the finale. So why don't we start? We will go over to Image Comics and kind of talk about a new number one from there. Only a couple from Image this week. The first one is an ongoing of one-shots that's been going on with Silent Missions, G.I. Joe Real American Hero. We are focusing on Copperhead. These comics do not have words in them. They are all art all the time. It's a really cool kind of celebration of the silent issue from G.I. Joe Real American Hero number 21, and kind of a unique goal in a comic book to try to give you a beginning, middle, and end of a story with 0 words and letting the art do the talking. So we are in our 4th of 5. The final one will be next week. And this week we focus on Copperhead, so make sure to pick up one of those.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also have Corpse Night, which was featured on the reel. This is a new mini series premiere by Michael Chaves. It's a kind of like I want to say, if you liked Last of Us and things like that, where the big bad is kind of trying to protect the little one. This is going to be up your alley. This has a huge dark fantasy element to it, where a little girl is trying to prevent her village from being destroyed, and she holds the key to it. She's being targeted, and she raises her dead father, who is a war-torn knight, to protect her, and craziness ensues. So I think we're in for some fun. I think it's going to be a lot of brutality, and that Jay Lee cover is excellent. So
yeah, really good stuff. And I'm curious to see if this gets extra popular this week, with everybody paying attention to Pragmatica. the
Yes.
video game.
Mhm.
So you know how it is when themes hit, people usually turn around and start playing into that area.
Yeah, it
there.
could
So,
be a perfect placement. Excellent point.
Yep.
There is another number one, In Your Skin. This is going to be kind of like real body horror style erotica. So like there's erotic fiction of a basically a Bollywood artist and a fan that's completely obsessed with her. Kind of takes over getting surgery to make herself look like her and kind of try to live her life. They find a way to meet her and kind of become her. But it's a very big, twisty, turny, real deep, creepy kind of stuff. If you watch the movie Us, I think that this might be in your wheelhouse. Another kind of creepy depiction of love, and the obsession it can kind of take.
I have read this. They sent us a preview on it.
And how was it?
It is very interesting because it does have what you almost have to call like supernatural elements to it.
Okay.
I'll say it this way: if you're X-Men fans, then things like Rogue and Mystique will make a lot of sense to you.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Just how like you're taking over another person's world, kind of thing. So it is interesting in that idea of like when does obsession just become way too much, for what you want to be in your life, like again taking over somebody's world kind of idea there. So the art in it and all this fit the motif very well. It's got a little bit of a darker.
Yeah, I did notice that too.
And then the characters inside of it already have a little bit of depth by the end of the first book, that you get characters that are dedicated to your main character's cause, and a little bit of family, and there's just pieces there that are already more than disposable, so it gives you allies and friends and things like this. It is very mature. There is sex scenes in this. So it is adults only. Don't leave it around on the swings at the playground.
Yeah, don't do that. There's one more from Image as well that I forgot, but
it's not a number one, I think.
Yes, correct. It's not a number one technically. So
it's number 17.
Yeah, Headlopper is technically not a number one. It has number one on there, but it is issue 17. And it's for those that know how great this thing is. It's been going on for a decade, I think. Mm-hmm. And it's Andrew MacLean is. It's just, if you're really into I would say like Dungeons and Dragons or Barbarians and things like that, it kind of tilts its on its head and kind of makes fun of all the crazy antics while still embracing all the madness that makes those kind of comics fun. So
yeah, I even think that the I Hate Team Ups is kind of fitting for the world, mm-hmm. for where this kind of plays in this. So quite a bit there. Do note that it says right there on the cover, this is a quarterly adventure comic. So you get into this, you're like, oh, I love this. Is it going to be out next month? It is absolutely not. It is designed to turn around and take its time and get quality baked into the pages, and it comes out on a schedule of once every 3 months.
Right, and it kind of makes sense that it being issue 17 and it's coming out for 10 years. So
yeah,
they can kind of give you a hint about how often it comes out. All right, I think that is everything from Image. So we can move over to, let's go to IDW and talk about a really sweet new number one, an offshoot from one of their big hits. Event Horizon is getting another miniseries called Inferno. I'll be honest, Event Horizon took me by surprise. I did not recognize how many people were kind of looking for more of this IP. And they made a statement in 2025 when they put out that miniseries. So I definitely knew they were going to continue to make more. And I think it's going to be in the same vein. Christian Ward is a trusted writer. I think that we're going to have a great time. If you enjoyed anything Event Horizon, I think you should make sure to put this on your radar and not miss out on the dark thriller of the 2040 Starship Event Horizon event.
Yeah, quite a bit going on there. Several variants to choose from with that whole thing. Rod Rice, Rod Carey, Casper Wingard, and Eamon Winkle for that there.
While we're on this page, could you just show off the Rocketeer Dave Stevens variant? That way Sean will know that I highlighted it as well and not yell at me. Incredible book. Dave Stevens is an incredible artist, and you should be buying all the comics that have his name on it.
This will be available for at least another 3 minutes.
Yeah.
It is one we definitely get people who turn around and grab and add to the box
Flies off the shelf. Yeah.
when they see it and they go, "Oh,
You're like, I don't think I've seen that before." That's because it goes so quick. So
Yeah.
I don't really need to promote it. It's going to get bought.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump over to another one that I think has legs to kind of disappear. Titan Comics has a video game comic book called Diablo Dawn of Hatred by the one and only Cullen Bunn. Again, Keith and I just talked about this where people are still looking for video game content in their comic books. And when they find out, it's always much too late and they're harder and harder to find. Diablo it's not like we stacked the rack with this. We have a few copies. If you're slightly interested, you should make sure to grab it now, because the hunt later becomes a bit expensive, if not just a kind of a slog. It's kind of frustrating to try to find all your video game content comics. So,
and Diablo is one of those things the fandom has been with it for a long period of time.
You're
like
right.
Most Blizzard properties, you've got people who will turn around and love the lore and the environment that was built for it. So they're pretty pleased with that thing. So Cullen Bunn at the helm of it, I think also should turn around and give you a little bit of a bonus for it.
Absolutely. 100% trust it. It's going to be great. Dark Horse Comics has another offshoot from the Mignola world of Hellboy. Frankenstein New World, The Speed of Darkness is releasing. It's going to be a 2-parter, I believe. Oh, no, it's 4-issue miniseries. So it's 4 issues for the new Frankenstein mini. So if you've been on Hellboy and you've been picking them up, you're already on it, Portal users. If you are a shopper, make sure not to miss these new. These are the tough ones to keep track of, to make sure you're getting every miniseries that comes out. So
one thing to pay attention on this one is that a lot of the Hellboy universe usually comes with an A and a B cover. This only has an A.
Correct. Moving over to Boom Entertainment with another one that is just kind of nasty. So if you're squeamish, look away. Hello Body Horror is releasing. This is kind of an offshoot from Hello Darkness. Anthology story about just your gory fun. If you are into hamburger meat, I think this is a great shot for you. There is a wonderful Frisson variant that I will be picking up, but this is not my type of comic. So, but there's also some really nasty variants in this. So if you're into some horror and gore, this is your comic book. Don't miss out. This is going to be a crazy one. It looks like it's got a ton of pages, and I think it's $5.99. So
it's pretty good value for that. You do have variants abound on this. Aaron Campbell on the 1 in 10. And Jonathan Wayshak on a blind bag there. So
I can't imagine what the blind bag holds with the things that they're actually showing. So boy.
I do want to call the A cover here the Sean Anderson cover. Sean has been known in his past to lick a person's eyeball.
He has, yes.
So
he's
I
seen
think they got that idea
like that and went, great idea. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Let's jump over to Dynamite with a couple of number ones. One is our big crossover event for Thundercats Silverhawks. The Thunderhawks have arrived, so make sure to pick that up by Ed Brisson at the helm, which I think kind of sparked some interest.
The internet is
under the radar.
By the way, I cannot get these to blow.
I
the
know.
website is running sluggish.
But This one's a big one. Thundercat Silverhawks. This is the start of a couple miniseries that are going to run for 5 months. Pick up. You can even see, you can kind of follow along on the cover. I know we can't blow up pictures right now, but on the covers, they'll have like a little symbol and it says like 3 of 15. So we had, I think, a prequel, offshoot, a number 1, and now this. And there's another one coming next week. So just keep an eye out. This is going to get, it kind of sprawls out like a tree, but they are all very much connected.
Yep.
And then tradition says that we constantly need to make sure we have our new Vampirella. So 2026 joins that tradition. We are moving into issue 688 of Legacy, but this is the number 1 for 2026. Christopher Priest on the duties, Davis Gotten in the interiors. It's, everything you love about Vampirella, that continuity that's just been kind of growing and getting crazier and crazier as years go by.
Priest has done these type of books without a problem. So again, you're talking about somebody who's well versed on that universe there. And when you have options like Derek Chu, Will Jack, Elias Hatswith, I think is how we're supposed to. Sean, if he was here, he could correct me. But great variant covers on the options for that.
Slipping into more independent, we can jump over to Keen Spot. They have a number 1 called Strength and Ash. This is going to be a very high drama story about father's protection and the idea of loss. This young boy's father was a well-known superhero that got savagely murdered, and the world is not treating him very well. He didn't die in the I guess the loving eye of the universe. So he's kind of taking on his dad's punishment as well as having to deal with the grief of his loss. So this one's going to be a little deep, a little existential, but I think a pretty interesting read, especially hidden behind all the craziness that is our main releases this week. So just thought I'd highlight it. If that seems pretty interesting to you, jump on.
Yep.
From there, we're going to jump over to Marvel. I will tell you that DC has no new number 1 this week. So a lot of great continuity comics are coming out, but there's no new number 1 that you have to rush out to get. It will just be the comics that you're picking up and reading. But there is a unique one that they'll tie to that we'll talk about in just a second. First, I want to talk about Star Wars. They will have a Galaxy's Edge Echoes of the Empire offshoot, still within the continuity and the main story of your Star Wars universe. They've been doing this for a while, kind of gives a mythos and a little bit of weight to the the Galaxy's Edge part of the Star Wars universe. So I really want to highlight it because I actually got to go to Galaxy's Edge over like a couple weeks ago. So I was like, ooh, that's crazy. But Echoes of the Empire drops. It also has great crossover for those that are excited about May 22nd's release of Grogu and Mando. They are doing variants that celebrate that fact all through the Star Wars U. So don't miss out on those. A lot of cool comics and a lot of Star Wars fun. Don't miss out.
Yep, good stuff there. Don't miss out on that Lionel Francis Yu Vader one right there.
No. The next one, through the success of, I believe, Doctor Strange having kiddos, the Strange Academy, and then there's also Gotham U that started. We obviously needed an amazing Spider-Man Spider-Versity. With all the spiders that are through all the universe, obviously there needs to be a place that trains them how to be a good Spider-Man. This is going to be by Jordan Morris. The really cool part, artist is Pierre Perez, which is going to be fire on the interiors. We have the new age of the youthful Spider-Man being taught by the great Miles Morales and Spider-Gwen and Silk and all the other. But this is, the level up. This is where we're probably going to be introduced to some new characters, see if they grow on us and become bigger characters. The variant selection on this is bonkers. So take your time with this, Spidey fans. You're going to need a little bit of schooling yourself to make sure you don't miss out. Oh, that Bianchi one is just great to me.
He's got a way with Spider-Man that always comes through in all this. So it's really.
Yes. And obviously Rose Besh is always up there. Just every time I see that artwork, it just pulls your eyes directly at it. So let's talk about artwork, because there are a ton of options available for, again, our big crossover event, Spider-Man and Superman. DC stopped with a #1 this week because Marvel's going to release a #1 featuring one of their all-time greats. Superman and Spidey team up once more. For those of you that are like a little confused, it's okay. It's a tiny bit confusing. What happens when they do a crossover is DC can do a release, and so can Marvel. So DC's already released it at the beginning of this month, and at the end of this month, Marvel went ahead and released theirs. So this is all new stories, all new creators, all new interior artwork, and all new cover variants. So if you're hunting for them all, this is your best shot to get them. Make sure to grab up everything you want. And again, we can't order everything so everybody has it. This thing is stacked, okay? We have a lot, but genuinely, I can't tell you, we can't predict which one's going to be the hot one. If you'd have told me that it was going to be the black suit Spider-Man and Superman last time, I honestly wouldn't have believed you. But it went quick, right? So if you want one, now's the time to get it. They're all available right now. Make sure to pick out through the just intense amount. The other thing I want to talk about is Marvel did do what DC did not, which is they did do ratio variants. So on this case, we have a 1 in 25. We have a 1 in 50 that I know one person had to buy. And there's a...
Who had to get the 1 in 50?
I know someone that is interested in a Frank Miller 1 in 50 Batman and Spider-Man, all in metal suits. It's great. But there are incredible amount of really cool selections. That Civil War kind of fits in with their Civil War celebration month, that they're going to do some variant covers with Civil War. The Peach Momoko was another highlight that I think is incredible. Scotty Young is an obvious and very much in the Marvel-centric kind of style. I think Stegman's got the A. And if you want the best for your buck for characters, I think Care Andrews has a wraparound that is insane.
Your A is the LaRaz.
Oh, okay. There's a Stegman one, though.
There is a Stegman here. Surprisingly, one of the ones I've had the most amount, surprising to me, again, everybody can have their opinion here, the mashup logo has sold insanely well.
That's interesting. This is what I'm talking about. We try our best to like stack the options, but man, we don't know which one's the hot one.
Would not have predicted that straight up there. The Bagley is in foil as a point there.
Excellent. Point out.
Your Stegman right here is the your double there and all this.
Oh yeah,
the
yeah.
Stanford Green has got a lot to it also. Let me see if I can get lucky and get it to pull up, because
what a day for our website to say no.
Just no. But
again,
the pieces, the web, the homage, it's all there. So
agreed.
Really, really well done for this. Really smart. That one's really strong. There's no losers. It is definitely your own personal preference as to which one you like the most.
I will also highlight the great Adam Hughes, who I know is ill right now, and all my thoughts to his family and his speedy recovery, because when it comes to just insane artwork, Adam Hughes is always on the top of my list. So make sure we support our man fighting.
Yep, send goodwill to him and Allison. So, but you've got choices here. Everybody can take your time, do your research. We did stock up enough that we should have some for a little bit, but like I said, it may go. And and there's just surprise ones in there. This Marcos Martin that combine Spider-Man Noir and original, Golden Age Superman. That's just slick.
And it's a very good time for Noir, as we have a facsimile that releases this week as well, and it's all celebrating that awesome Nick Cage release that's coming soon with on Prime, Amazon Prime. So
yep.
All right, so we've talked about the big bad. I had a few things, but I did miss number one I wanted to talk about. It's from Mad Cave Studios, Planet Atmos Exordium.
Oh yeah,
this is going to be a unique heist story where things go wrong, but in a galactic changing way it goes wrong. We're in the future. We are into kind of like space sanctuaries and intergalactic pharmaceuticals and things like that. I think it's got a really fun feel to it. It's I don't want to say Ocean's 12, but like kind of like, the two people that don't want to work together have to work together kind of storytelling through a massive sci-fi opera. So I think it looks cool. I think it's got legs, and the Dave Johnson variant is really simplistic and awesome to me. So
yeah,
wanted
there's
to
going to be
highlight
a
that.
lot of moving parts inside this
Yeah.
story, and that part could make it really interesting to see that. That's where I think your Ocean's 12 kind of feel comes from
Yeah.
it. All this is that it's more than just one linear watching one perspective kind of thing. So
Agreed. So to talk about the only two things, I only have two things left to chat about, just things I thought I'd highlight over at Mad Cave. Oh, we were on Mad Cave. There's a third printing foil edition for our Florida Hippopotamus Cocaine Massacre. So I thought I'd bring that up because I think it in foil is kind of cool looking and very neat. Also a great comic. If you didn't pick it up, give it a shot. And then over at DC Comics, we have Harley Quinn has a Gilliam March variant that homages Absolute Batman. I wanted to highlight because she's trying to wear all that giant gear. So the Fireborn homage went off without a hitch, and people really liked it. So I wanted to highlight this one so you don't miss out. If you got the Fireborn and you're starting a collection, make sure to pick this guy up too.
yep.
That is everything I have for this week. Spider-Man, Superman's going to take up a lot of the lens and a lot of the focus. Your naturals, we could really quick look at our filters and take a look at our cover themes.
Yeah, Ultimate Farewell. I hate team ups, April Pools, all of these. April Drools. We've kind of seen these, so we have just a little bit here. We're at the coming up on the end of the month where a lot of this kind of finishes out. So those are there for the crossover event. This Amazing Spider-Man is continuing with your Death Spiral.
Yep.
Which has grabbed a lot of readers. It has sold very well. We are sold out of most parts, maybe a little bit of variants left. We're trying to restock a little bit what we can on this. And the Lee Bermejos are continuing on the Amazing Spider-Man with the demand on that as we lead up to the anniversary issue.
Yeah, it's starting to get big.
So I think that covers it pretty well there. There is plenty to be picked at and chosen by what your tastes and likes are. Please spend the time to look through this. Books are available for anything picked up for that you purchase now for local pickup is available starting at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. I'll be here all night pulling your orders and making sure everybody's taken care of, and watching playoff hockey because it is the season.
It
so is. That's where I need to be. And then join us again tomorrow night for good old Wednesday night stream sale. Why not? I hear Sean may even be here. It has been 3 in a row, so it's feeling weird. But
he keeps thinking he's getting ahead, and then then things get crazy. The amount of stuff we have to show you is getting obnoxious.
I would
really suggest jumping on that show.
Yeah, there's some crazy stuff there. Take a look, guys. Check out our social medias tomorrow for the preview as to what's going to be available because I think it's going to be pretty interesting. So
agreed.
We will see you again with that. And we appreciate you guys hanging out and spending your time with us.
Yep. Go Avs!
Don't miss in 26. Check out the highlights for New Comic Book Day April 22nd, 2026. DC continues several titles this week like Absolute Wonder Woman, Flash, and Harley Quinn. Marvel Comics releases the second part of this year's biggest crossover. Spider-Man Superman is here. Other releases include a new Star Wars adventure at Galaxy's Edge, Deadpool, and Wolverine. A battle-sharpened father rises from the dead to protect his daughter in Corpse Night #1. Head Lopper returns this week with its brand of dark humor adventuring. Obsession, Devotion and Delusion team up in this new body horror tale titled, In Your Skin. Frankenstein New World releases a new mini called Speed of Darkness. Event Horizon's deep space horror continues in a new series called Inferno. And Diablo Dawn of Hatred premieres. Get what you want, and more, at iwantmorecomics.com.